Hello. So you decided to play Gunbreaker, aka Lightning Squall. So basically this is a tank that uses a sword-like weapon, but also looks like a gun. In my opinion, it might be one of the more fun tanks because it has so many off-global cooldowns, which I'll show you in a bit. And it has good healing over time for multiple abilities. If you're looking for a very interactive tank with many off-global cooldowns that you can press during your combo, I think this would be the class for you. This would be my first tank guide, so if you are going to be tanking, you're always going to want to put Royal Guard up, or your tank stance. It'll be different for each tank, so Royal Guard is the one for Gunbreaker. First, we'll start out with the damage mitigation abilities. First off, we have Camouflage. So Camouflage gives you parry and reduces damage taken. Rampart, another damage reduction, that reduces it by 20% with a 20-second duration. Nebula reduces it by 30%, but a 3-minute recast. So on mobs that hit maybe a little bit harder. Heart of Stone, really great skill. Reduces damage by 15% every 7 seconds. And the recast is 25 seconds, so you're going to want to pop this every pull. And then your oh shit button when you're about to die or there's a tank buster that you can't survive, even with mitigation, will be Super Bow Lads. Brings you down to 1 health, but it makes you immune to all damage for 8 seconds. But you can still get debuffed, okay? So you're still gonna want to dodge stuff. You don't want bone stacks on you. And then the raid-wide damage mitigation reduces damage taken by self and nearby party by 10%. So you're gonna want to pop this when the boss is going to the big raid-wide AOE on you and your team. Along with Reprisal, you're gonna want to pop this also. Same deal with a Heart of Light, but this reduces all damage by 10%. Do it on raid wides. I say you don't stack these two on top of each other. If you alternate it, it'll be better for the team. Now I'm going to be explaining the roll actions. First, we're going to do Low Blow. Low Blow stuns the target. It doesn't work on bosses, but it works on mobs. You might have to use it from time to time. It does help the healing out. Interject interrupts the target. Also silent. Interject is really important. You can interrupt certain the spells. Arm's Length makes you not get knocked back. There are some skills that will get you knocked back even if you have this on, but you won't get knocked back on most spells. Provoke. This places you on top of the enmity list. This does not generate enmity. I've seen a lot of people pull with Provoke. You're going to want to be pulling with your long range ability, not Provoke, since it doesn't generate any threats. Usually you were going to want to use Provoke if, let's say, if you res or if the tank needs to do a tank swap, and then Shirk. Shirk diverts your enmity to another target. So let's say you want to give the mob to another tank, because in this game there can be 2 tanks. You want to Shirk your partner tank to give it to them, or if you want to be really mean, Shirk your healer, and then after that the boss can go ahead and kill them. Self-heal ability, Aurora, grants regen to whatever target with a 1-minute cooldown. Pretty good ability, decent heal over time, but I wouldn't trust it to heal you as much as you'd like. I still prefer a actual healer. Rotations. We're gonna start off first with the AOE rotation. The AOE rotation is Demon Slice, and the next skill will be Demon Slaughter. And then if there's still 3 or more mobs, you're gonna get a bullet. I'll explain this in a bit, and do Faded Circle if you have this ability at 72. To my right here, this is called the Powder Gauge. Powder Gauge right here lets you hold 2 cartridges, which you get when you finish. You saw it's from my AOE combo in my standard single target combo, which I'll show you in a bit. There's another skill called Bloodfest that gives you 2 cartridges to my Powder Gauge. Cartridges gives you access to specific abilities. First one I showed you was Faded Circle. The other 2 are the single target spells. First one is going to be Burst Strike, potency of 500, pretty good. And then my favorite skill, Gnashing Fang into Continuation. Savage Claw into continuation, and then Wicked Talon into continuation, and this is how it would look. As you can see, I was able to do continuation after each of these abilities. It does have a internal cooldown of 30 seconds. It's a little lower for me since I have some skill speed, and it lets you weave in some skills during this combo. I think this is the selling point of Gunbreaker, why it's so fun. So you're gonna want to manage your cartridges to see what skills you can do. You want to check if Gnashing Fang is about to come up. You're gonna save a cartridge for that, and then your Burst Strike, basic. Now your basic combo on Gunbreaker for single targets and bosses pretty much will be Keen Edge, Brutal Shell. This also restores your HP, creates a barrier for you if you get it right. Solid Barrel. Now as you can see on the right, I've gained a cartridge from that combo. And then if your Gnashing Fang is up, you're gonna want to do that. If not, just do Burst Strike. No Mercy increases your damage dealt by 20%. You're gonna want to do this with your Gnashing Fang. So as you can see, this takes 30 seconds, so TLDR, if this is about to come up, if you do it everything in time, then you were gonna want to do No Mercy with Gnashing Fang. Really helpful, along with your other off-global cooldown abilities. Blasting Zone is an off-global. 800 potency. Looks really cool too. Bow Shock. Do this off cooldown as well, along with Blasting Zone. This pretty much places a dot on all nearby enemies. Your dash, called Rough Divide. You're gonna have 2 charges and replenishes 30 seconds. Your pull skill, which is called Lightning Shot. You're gonna want to do this at the beginning of pull, and it generates a lot of enmity for you. And then your single target dot, Sonic Break. 300 damage over time. So the tank's rotation is honestly not that bad. Most of the time you're going to be focusing on damage mitigation, especially on the tank busters. So the opener for this tank is a little hard at first, but with enough practice, I think you guys can do it. Keen Edge, Brutal Shell, No Mercy, Solid Barrel, Gnashing combo, and then weave in between. Dot. I did it a little slow, but you want to fit all that into No Mercy. This replenishes every 60 seconds. This will be up by the second rotation, every second rotation, and your dot should always be up with your No Mercy. It's pretty nice that a lot of them are 30 seconds, 60 seconds, so your damage should be consistent. So first up, I'm going to show you guys how it looks. First things first, gotta make sure my tank stance is up. Going in is up, cool. Just put it back up. Oh, we got a new healer. I might have to pull a little bit less. Let me ask him. Common tank courtesy. Yeah, okay. So pull with lightning shots, and then as you're running, pull more mobs. I'm gonna do my AOE rotation to make sure I hold everyone. Pop my Heart of Stone for mitigation and Aurora. So while I am moving, he doesn't have to heal me as much. And when we get all settled, I'm gonna pop my No Mercy to buff my Faded Circle for more damage. Pop my off globals for even more damage. I see my Bug Fest up, so I'm gonna pop that for more Faded Circles without going through the whole combo. I noticed that tanks like to hold their cooldowns for oh shit moments, but that's not how this game works. You're gonna want to be cycling your mitigation, cycling all your buffs during each pull. It makes it easier for pretty much you and the healer. My Nebula is about to go down, so I'm gonna do cycle another mitigation. No Mercy's up, pop that, and then proceed. I pop Heart of Stone very often because it has a very short cooldown of 25 seconds. But you want to show the healer that you're not getting hit that much. A good feeling. It's a good feeling. Being playing as healer too, it's really nice that I don't have to heal the tank as much. So There's going to be a single target fight. I'm going to be pulling with Lightning Shot and then continue with my single target combo this time. If my No Mercy isn't up, it's going to be up in 16 seconds. I'm just going to go in with the mashing combo. See, the Bullet Fest is up, so I'm going to use my Bullet Fest on that. But I'm going to save my cartridges for when No Mercy comes up. I almost finished my combo, so I'll use one cartridge. No Mercy is up. Dot, and then the off globals. Since there's a raid wide coming, I'm gonna do Reprisal, so it gives less damage to the whole team. Taken. Gnashing combo is up. You might not be able to do it in your whole No Mercy buff, but it'll be okay. As long as you're always doing your things off cooldown, because you want to get through the deep dungeon as fast as possible. I think that's more important than trying to optimize a better burst. I know 8-man raid can be a little daunting since there are going to be more people with you and you're going to feel a little bit more pressure, but honestly, it's going to be the same thing, just more people. Alright, just think about it like that. He has a tank stance up. He has more health than me too. Usually means they're more geared. Alright, looks like we're going to do a... I'll be explaining what he's going to do too, but I think it would be better if I showed you what an off-tank, how an off-tank can help out. The Rip Current is a tank buster. He has Hallowed Ground up, so I'm gonna hold on to my Heart of Stone and my Aurora. I could give him those if he ever needs. Reprisal for less damage done to our raid. It's gonna be another tank buster. Give him some buffs. Oh, I accidentally did that. Fat Fingers and Nebula, but he was able to put Heart of Stone and Aurora on him, so it'd be easy on the healers. Off global too, so it's just nice. So this is a knockback. You can activate Arm's Length. How it's going to look. Tsunami raid wise, so Heart of Light. Pretty much it. Yeah, not too bad, especially if off tank, but you still can help out some way, even though you're not the main tank. Pretty much gonna be the same thing. Nebula and all your solo mitigation. Yeah, so to wrap it all up, this is pretty fun to tank class, especially with all the off globals that you have. There's a lot to think about even though you are a tank class while mitigating. You know, always want to mitigate in the back of your mind. I didn't have to provoke, but once in a while you're gonna have to provoke or shirk it to the other tank. If you think about it, tanking is just positioning the boss well, mitigate to when there's gonna be a tank buster, and other than that, you're pretty much just another DPS. I don't want you guys being too intimidated by it. Anyone can be a tank, especially if you put a little bit of practice into it. Still one of my favorite tank classes, and I'd recommend you to try it out. If you guys want to see me live, check me out on twitch.jester3. I'll be streaming every late PM, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.